So I placed this can outside because it's quite sunny outside so that the paint would dry faster. So here you have the leaves. A while ago I painted uh, the leaves with a darker green. This is grass green. And then later on I added this green light or light green or green light. Now I'm going to add some pearl green, or let's try this. I haven't tried this one yet. Okay, I bought this the other day and it's still unopened. It's still sealed. Let's try this because I know already the effect of this one. This is also pearl, but I'm curious about this paint. So I'm going to add, this one now is a bit lighter. Let me choose a brush. Okay. Let's get the excess paint. So I'm going to add, let's see what it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to add something pearly. There. Okay. So it's turning out lighter and shinier. Okay. So I placed some paint on my board. Okay. Okay. So see now. Okay. That's the difference. There's some difference there. It's shinier. Okay, now let's take a look at these leaves. What's going to happen to them when dry brushed with some pearl green. Okay, so so they turned out a bit lighter. Okay, so later I'm going to, once this is dried, I'll be going around the can, and by the time I finish, I reach this other part, this would have dried already, and I'm going to add some touches of gold. So this is again pearl green, the third shade of green I added to give it a shiny look. And guys, you know, when this gets painted, oh, it would look nice because the leaves would look sparkling and a bit metallic. Okay, so there it is. I'm also adding some to the vine. Don't forget the vines. Okay. So now you can see more of the ripples of the leaves. There are parts of the leaves that are a bit, rippled. Let's color that. So let's also work on the buds. Okay. So there. Shinier. This would look nice even, let's say it's on the table, let's say it's on your working table. To those of you who plan to make one for your office table or for your work desk, if you're a student, study desk, this would look nice on your desk because the 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 shimmering effect, the shimmer would make the leaves stand out. Okay. Okay, so there. So the leaves are clearer now, more conspicuous. Let me see. I might have missed some leaves. Let me check the leaves and the vines. Oh, the vine here. Now, when we add the gold, it would look more beautiful. Okay. After painting the leaves, I'm going to show you how to paint some of the flowers, just some, especially the small flowers, because the big flowers would really take much time. Inside, the inside part, I must not forget. There, there's the underside. Okay, now let me clean this in my glass of water. Let's wipe the brush dry. Now I'm going to add some gold to the leaves. But to the vines, I'm planning to add. Remember when we added gold to the butterfly? It looked nice. However, when I used the bronze or the copper, it looked nicer. So I'll just add some gold, light, small amounts of gold. Let's use another brush. What brush should I use? Okay, this one. So I'm going to dry brush. Okay, now let's look at one leaf. This one. Okay. When we add the gold, okay, oh there. Do you see the difference now with the gold? It looks more beautiful. Oh, look at that. Look at the leaf. It looks much better. Now, let's work on the buds too. Okay. The buds got their golden touch. Let's work on the other. Okay, here's another big leaf. I hope you can see it clearly. Okay, so this satin leaf has some parts that are more bumpy or embossed. So when you add the gold, you don't have to cover all of it. You just get some parts of it. Okay, so I didn't paint all of the green with gold, just parts of it. Okay, now let's work on the other leaves. There. Wow, so nice. Oh, the buds are getting clearer. Okay. After this, I'll add a little bronze, just a little, especially on the buds, because I want the buds to be a little bit reddish. When flowers, before flowers open, they start as buds, right? And let's say a flower is red, the bud would be green at first, and then when it's ready to open, you could almost see the petals underneath, and you would be able to uh, see that the bud starts to change color. Okay. So look at those leaves now. So if I used only one color, it would look bland, bland, like if you use bland as a food, in food, it's less taste, less savorful. Kumbaga matabang ang lasa ng food. So here with the gold, the leaves look much better. There. Don't miss. Make sure not to miss any leaf. There, in the buds. So now with the gold, you can see the leaves and the buds more clearly, as we say in Tagalog, in Filipino, mas angat, mas litaw ang color. Now you can see them much clearer. Oh, I missed one green here. See, I missed one green. So I have to paint one small leaf green. That's the difficulty with black as a base color. If you're going to use many colors, sometimes you miss out on some of the parts because they all look the same. Okay, so I guess I have added gold to those leaves already. Now I'm going to get copper. Let me set aside my gold paint. Let's get copper. Or let's see, is it copper or bronze? Okay, let's have some copper. Copper would look nice. Just a little to bring out the shape of the leaves more. So just a little paint because I need just a little there. So dry brushing again is putting paint on your palette or board and then on the brush and then letting it dry a bit. Okay, now let's see what's going to happen if we use some copper. Okay, there. Some parts are a little bit reddish now. Just the tips, the edges. I'm going to use the edges and some of the, this part of the leaf, I think you call it the midrib or midrib of the leaf. Okay, so some of the buds. Okay, I want the buds a little bit golden. Okay. Okay. There. After this, I'm going to paint the small flowers. I have small flowers here that I'm going to paint. I'm planning to paint them white because sometimes when you go to flower shops, they use these white flowers called baby's breath. Baby's breath are those small, fine flowers that you see in some arrangements. Okay. Okay, just the edges, some of the edges, not all of it. Now the vine. Okay, I'm going to make the vine more bronze. Okay, so you can differentiate the vine from the leaves. So I'm going to add more bronze to the vine there. Okay, so you see the vine. Where else? Yeah. Okay. There's the vine. Because in nature, if you go to the rainforests, many of the vines are brownish unless they have moss on them. the moss would make them look greener a bit because of the moss. Okay. Now look at those buds. Those buds have some like spikes. So I added bronze to those to make them conspicuous. So I can see them more, the spikes. Okay. So now the vines. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see if I missed any vine. Remember the vine I used um, twisted tissue paper moistened with some glue, and that would help give them the texture. Oh, I love the leaves. Oh, the leaves look beautiful. Should there be smudges again on areas that you did not want to have paint, you just retouch them using the technique I showed you a while ago, how to retouch them. Okay. By the way, how about you guys? What crafts do you do? Maybe if you're watching this YouTube video, maybe you could put some of your comments below. Tell me what uh, crafts you do. If you have some questions like, sure, what about this? What about that? What if this happens? Or what if that happens? Or can I use this? Or, I'll try to answer all of them, but I cannot promise to answer all of them, as in everything, because there might be some paints or techniques that you use that I haven't tried yet. Okay, so there. Oh, look at the leaves. Look at those leaves. So nice. You see the leaves? Oh, gosh. So nice. Okay, so this leaf here is still wet. I'll let it dry. Oh, I'm so happy with the turnout of the leaves. Now I'm going to color the small flowers. The last part would be the big flowers. For the big flowers, I'm not going to show them to you anymore because it's the same technique when painting the small flowers. Like I have some big flowers here, like this one and this one. For sure, this would take me maybe 30 minutes each to paint because they have lots of petals. I have to paint even the underside of each petal. So maybe next time I won't be using flowers